In this video, I'm going to share with you a program that you can start doing right now to help improve your eyesight naturally. Now, this is something I've been putting together and piecing together for myself, really researching over the last couple of months, and then applying and using it over the last few weeks. And so far, I've had pretty good results, and I'm feeling good and getting some almost instantaneous results and improvements in my own vision. Now, from researching what the real cause of poor vision is, what I've seemed to find out and really read in a lot of books is that it's coming down to the shape of the eye. So basically your eye is either shaped one way or the other, and because of that it's not able to reflect or focus light in the right way, thus your vision is blurry and you don't see very well. So to me that doesn't really seem, just from a common sense point of view, like that's something that cannot be reversed or changed. Now, there's actually an eye doctor called, I can't remember his first name, his last name is Bates. He actually published some books, wrote some books, and he's had some whole people that have come down his line of thought that have really been on this train of thinking, this train of thought, saying that we can reverse and improve our eyesight naturally using different exercises. Now, if you think about it, if you had a weak bicep, for example, and the doctor said, oh, your bicep's weak, well, let's put a brace on it. Let's put it in a sling, for example. What's going to happen to that muscle? It's going to get weak, and it's going to atrophy, and it's eventually going to just get weaker and weaker and weaker and weaker, and the muscle's going to shrink. So it's the same thing for our eyes, because this eye is essentially muscle tissue, living tissue. So what you're doing, you put glasses on it, and the eye says, oh, cool, I don't really have to work. So then it says, well, all right, this is basically, putting a brace or a crutch on me. So the muscle and the tissue just atrophies, and again, the vision just continually degrades. Great for eye doctors, great for the business, not so good for you if you don't really want to wear glasses or if you want to, have better eyesight. And for me, I'm really tired of wearing glasses and contacts. So this is really something I'm going to be focusing on over the long haul, and something that I can hopefully turn around 100%. And I can say that just in a few weeks I've already seen improvements. I've already seen way more improvements that I've seen in 2 weeks than I have of years of using so-called corrective glasses and contacts. Which not to knock that whole thing, because it helps a lot of people and it's helped me be functional, but it's really just step one. It's really just a crutch so until we can strengthen our eyes, rebuild our eyesight naturally, so that we no longer need to rely on the crutch. So now we'll get into the protocol and what I've actually been doing, and it's really just a couple different pieces put together. In all, it only takes a few minutes a day, maybe 5 minutes a day total max, to really have some nice results and actually have your eyesight feel better, or actually your eyesight be better and your eyes actually feel better. So the first component of what I've been doing is doing eye drops on the eye to actually nourish the eye. And I've been doing 2 different kinds of eye drops. So the first thing that I've been doing is Propolis eye drops. Now if you Google Propolis eye drops, that's Propolis, Propolis as in from the beehive, eye drops, there's only one company that sells it online. It'll be the first result, and the company's called Live. And these were about $15, I think. And essentially what the purpose of this is to kill any bacteria or viruses or any kind of infection that might be hanging out in the eye. Now, with a lot of research that's been done on calcification and a lot of theories and ideas and information that David Wolfe has put out, basically it's that if there's an infection or some sort of blockage in our body, then that's keeping our body from being able to heal. And if we can get the infection out, we can get the blockage out, then our body will then do what it naturally wants to do, which is heal. Because it doesn't have, critters or something hanging out in that area sucking off the energy and basically acting as a parasite. So when you Google Propolis eye drops, you'll see some research and some studies that have been done showing how good Propolis is for killing eye infections and for overall health. Now, I've been doing those just a few times a day, maybe morning, afternoon, evening, in conjunction with MSM eye drops. I've been using these probably 8 to 10 times per day, just because I tend to get dry eyes just from looking at a computer screen or reading a book. It can kind of wear on your eyes, or even wearing contacts can obviously dry your eyes out. And for me, that's why I never really liked wearing contacts, because it would always dry my eyes out. And actually, when I first started wearing them, 7th, 8th grade, everyone thought I was always stoned or high on weed or marijuana, because my eyes were always so bloodshot, and I was always just kind of like looking out of it because my eyes always hurt, but I never understood it was just because they were drying my eyes out so much. And the weird thing is, and something that all the eye doctors were always kind of baffled by, is if I was just standing here or sitting in class, for example, back then, and had no glasses, no contacts on, and if I yawned and my eyes got really moist, then for a few moments I could see perfect. I could see crystal clear 20/20, because when I yawned, my eyes secreted a lot of tears and my eyes got really moist, and I could see perfectly. And I could sit there, and then as I started to blink and the tears would go away, then my eyesight would actually get worse. And it was something my doctor kind of laughed at and ignored and said, oh, it's not really possible, when in reality it was possible and it happened to me all the time. So if you have any ideas why that could have been happening, please share them. But anyways, back to the MSM eye drops. If you Google this, there's a lot of websites online that are selling it, and they're about $5. And this bottle's probably lasts a long time. It's basically just water saline solution MSM, essentially. Now the purpose of this, because obviously water saline solution is going to be lubricating and soothing to the eyes, but the MSM is going to help make the tissue soft and pliable, increase nutrient absorption, increase kind of detoxification and cellular uptake. It's for nutrients, for blood, for oxygen, for all of those things. So as we get into the other pieces of the program, you'll see how beneficial having MSM will be. And if you know anything about MSM, you know how amazing it is, you know how excellent it is for overall health. So getting it in your eyes in the form of an eye drop like this is a really good thing to be doing. And I've really been enjoying these a lot and been using them a lot, maybe 10 times per day, just whenever I feel the need to really moisturize my eyes. So again, the MSM eye drops are going to help get the tissue regenerating, help make the tissue less leathery, more pliable, more supple, so that it can then regenerate and be more oxygenated and more well nourished by the blood, which is going to be stimulated in the nutrients that will be sent up to it. So now, into more of the nutritional aspect of supplements that I've been adding in. The first is krill oil, and the purpose of the krill is that it's really rich in EPA and DHA, which are long-chain omega-3 fatty acids that are really good and essential for nervous system health, specifically the brain and the eyes. Now, most people are deficient in those things, and unless you want to eat a lot of fish or eat a lot of animal products, it's usually better to supplement. And I've been doing 2 to 8 capsules of the krill oil per day, and I've been really feeling good and really been feeling good things in my nervous system as a result. So on that same train of thought, I've been taking also another supplement here, which you can hopefully see, which is Blue Ice Royal Butter Oil and Fermented Cod Oil blend. So this is basically a blend of a high activator X butter oil and fermented cod liver oil. Now it's rich in the so-called fat-soluble activators, meaning these vitamin A, vitamin D, and many other things that are in there, as well as the EPA and the DHA and the other omega-3s from the fish oil. And the synergy of these two were found to be really powerful and really healing and beneficial for the body, and specifically for the health of the nervous system. And since we're focusing on the eyes, these are really the outlet and the the frame or the reflection of the health of our nervous system, because the eyes are essentially nervous tissue. So taking things like butter, cream, and then more specifically supplements like that are really good for the nervous system is going to help out with eyesight and help out with just brain function, and in my opinion is really important for those of us who went a long time on a vegan or vegetarian diet and didn't really get the fat-soluble vitamins, the fat-soluble activators, the long-chain omega-3 fatty acids that we really needed. Sure, there's saturated fat in coconut oil, but it's not the same as the saturated fat that's found in, say, a grass-fed butter, or like this high activator X butter, which has the anti-stiffness factor and many other things that are shown to be really healing and really good for the body. So the next thing as far as supplements is astaxanthin. Now this antioxidant, if you just Google astaxanthin eyes or astaxanthin for the eyes, you'll see some pretty amazing results that are showing that this can really slow down macular degeneration, in some cases even just stop it. So that antioxidant in particular is really good and really targeted for the eyes and for the nervous system. And again, since that's our focus, nervous system, eye health, we want to go straight for the things that are going to be most powerful and most beneficial for that. Now all of those supplements that I've just shown you, the whole program is definitely under $100. It's only that high because the butter oil and cod liver oil blend is like $50. The eye drops are about $5. The propolis about $15. The astaxanthin about $15, and the krill oil $20, $25, somewhere around there. So it's pretty reasonably priced and will last quite a while. Now the next piece, and one of the most important pieces, and it's actually free and only requires you just the time and the energy and the effort, is actually working the eyes themselves. So this is divided up into 3 components. The first is just eye exercises, which are essentially just looking up, looking down, looking left, looking right, and then doing both side and then diagonal, and then just doing circles one way and circles the other way. And I generally do 8 to 16 repetitions of each one, and then that will be one set, and that'll be the exercises. Now the next set would be just massaging acupressure points around the eyes about 36 times. So I've actually already done a video on that massage technique, and I'll link to that below. But essentially there's acupressure points right here above the eye, and then right here, right here, right here, and then right here, more on the kind of this forehead. So, and then after that you just do circles going up the nose and around the eyes. And you massage each of those points about 36 times. And that's just going to stimulate, you know, the acupressure points, the nerve points. And I can tell you from doing that exercise, I actually have had growth of bone and regeneration of bone around my eyes from doing those exercises. And all I can say is try it and do it, and you'll probably feel some growth, you know, after a few days, where, you know, you'll feel bone or you'll feel tissue there that wasn't there before, which is something that I didn't expect, something books didn't say, and something I just really haven't quite understood up until now. Theoretically, I just probably feel that it's, you know, tissue degeneration from lack of use, lack of exercise, lack of just nourishment over the long term. Because we exercise, we walk, we work out, we do qigong, we do yoga, we lift weights, but we just kind of neglect our eyes. But really we use our eyes more so than most anything else, and if our eyes are stressed and tense, that means our nervous system is stressed and tense, that means our liver is stressed and tense. So by relaxing our eyes, we can actually let go of a lot of stress and tension from our nervous system and really just chill out and take the burden off of our liver and off of our, you know, nervous system, so that we'll naturally just feel better. So that's the first component, the exercises, doing that. And then the second component, I'm sorry, the third component, the last component was the second, and the first was the, you know, movement exercises. The third component is what's called palming. So usually what I do is just kind of rub my hands together a little bit, get them warm, or actually I'll do some qigong beforehand just to get a lot of qi moving in my palms so that they're really warm and really generating a lot of heat and a lot of energy. And then essentially what you do is you take your palms and put them over your eyes and really feel the energy radiating out of your palms and coming into your eyes. And I generally just breathe into my eyes and allow the stress and tension that's built up to just relax and fall off. Now you can do this anywhere from a minute to an hour, depending on how much time and energy you want to spend on it. And typically I've noticed the more and the longer you do it, the better you feel. And you come out just feeling really relaxed and refreshed. And those 3 things basically encompass the more physical aspect of the program. So on one hand we have the supplements, the nutrition. On the other hand we have the exercises that are going to tone up the muscles, get, you know, energy going there, break up blockages, break up scar tissue, and just hopefully improve the tone and the strength of our eyes. So that's the program I've been doing over the last couple of weeks. It's been beneficial and helpful so far, so I'm going to keep doing it, and I'm going to stay on it, and I'll keep checking in and reporting my results. And really have high hopes, and this is something I've been wanting to work on for a while, and it's kind of been in the back of my mind, but I just haven't really, set the time or the discipline to actually sit down and do it and focus. So that's my program. If you have any questions or comments, post them below, and I'll talk to you soon.